Hey guys, let's discuss meta interview loop round one, which is introduction and behavioral. So here, the first question is let's say the first question is given to you is walk me through the most impactful product you have built. Okay, yeah. So, most impactful product you have built, you need to tell him. So here we will be seeing answer based on two rules, E5 and E6. Okay, E4 we are not taking, E5, E6 we are taking, and they can E4 also they can use the E5 answer, right? So see the expectation differ by level. Okay, for E5, let's say senior software engineer, the person will answer based on, like, he will answer that lead a feature or project which measurable impact with measurable impact. Okay, so he will be talking about feature or the project. But E6, who's a staff engineer, he will be saying about influence to multiple teams. Okay, because he will be talking about organization wide impact. So influenced multiple teams, drove architecture, and delivered organizational level impact. Okay, so E5, which is senior software engineer. Okay, so what he will answer in detail: in my current role, I led the development of a cloud-based enterprise platform used by multiple customers. Okay, I own the backend architecture, design scalable microservice, then optimized performance, and collaborated with front-end QA. Okay, collaborated with front end and then QA work. Okay, quality assurance work, and then DevOps and product teams. So he has collaborated the front end, QA, DevOps, and product teams. It means multiple teams he has collaborated. Now the platform improved response time by 40%, reduced production incident by 60%. Okay, so response time increased by 40%, and means improved by 40%, let's say, and reduced production incident by 60%. Okay, so the bugs and all which was opening got reduced by 60%. Okay, so now, and increased customer adoption significantly. Now what staff engineer will answer for this? He will say that the most impactful product I led was a large scale modernization initiative where we transformed a legacy monolithic platform into cloud native microservice architecture. Okay, so means that monolithic to microservice architecture migration work. I drove the technical vision across multiple teams, introduced event driven architecture using Kafka, standardized CI/CD, and improved platform scalability. See, whenever you don't remember anything, na, you just say about migration work. Okay, because every company, every team is doing that monolithic to microservice architecture. Okay, migration. Then second is event driven architecture. So everywhere you can add event driven. Okay, Kafka or something. And then CI/CD is also important in every project, right? So say about CI/CD and improved platform scalability. So platform scalability means when the if the request increased, right? If it crossed a particular threshold value, so automatically server should add. Okay, because they are using cloud native architecture. So you just need to write there one line of code that if the threshold increased by this one, then increment the server. Okay, auto scale the server, auto scale by 3 servers, 4 servers, something like this. Or if it reduced by this threshold, then decrease the server. So that's it. Okay, so scalability. So you can answer this kind of generic you can give this kind of generic answers. Now the migration reduced deployment time from hours to minutes. Okay, improved system availability from 99.9 to 99.95%. Okay, 99.5 to 99.95%, the 0.45% he has increased, they have increased, and reduced infrastructure cost by approximately 30%. So you will be answer based in terms of this numbers. Okay, these numbers are very important, like 30%, 99.5 to 99.95%. Okay, and from hours to minute, this kind of number is important there. Okay, so now we will be discussing here about 10 follow-up questions. So the first one is, what business problem did it resolve? Okay, so impactful product we are talking here, right? So what business problem did it resolve? So EY will say there that the existing platform had, okay, a slow response time, frequent production issue, and difficult deployments. So the new solution improved scalability and customer experience. slow response time will get improved, so customer experience will get improved, right? Difficult deployments, frequent production issue, customer will not face much issues, so it will improve. Now E6 will say beyond technical improvement, it enabled faster feature delivery, reduced operational cost, improved customer retention, and supported future product growth. Okay, follow up 2 is related to how did you measure success. Okay, so if I, what he will say, measure using response time, error rate, deployment frequency, and customer feedback. Now what E6 will say, measured through engineering and business KPIs. So here just remember engineering and business KPIs. What is business KPIs we will see here, he will measure based on engineering and business KPIs. And what will be the answer? Availability, like 99.95% time your system will be available. Okay, P95 latency, like 95% of the request will get response in this much time. Okay, and then deployment frequency, MTTR, mean time to recovery. Okay, let's say the issue reported at 9 o'clock and you have delivered the feature at deployed the feature at 9:20, so 20 minutes is the MTTR here. It should be lower, right? And then customer adoption, revenue impact, and infrastructure cost. Now what is business KPI? So KPI means key performance indicators. Okay, so our metrics that measure whether the system is helping achieve the business goal or not. Okay, for example, monthly revenue, annual revenue, okay, revenue growth in percentage, then conversion rate, customer acquisition cost, CAC, then customer lifetime value, CLV, customer retention rate, daily active user, DAU, monthly active user, MAU. Okay, these things. So these are the indicators, KPI indicators. Now follow up question 3 is related to what metrics improved. Okay, so if I will say that response time improved, how, from how much? So 800 millisecond to 450 millisecond. Okay, then production bug 15 per month to 5 per month. Then deployment time, so 45 minutes to 8 minutes. Okay, now what E6 will say, he will say additional improvement. So these improvements obviously he will say, and additional improvement, so like availability 99.5 to 99.95%. Okay, then infrastructure cost reduced by 30%, release frequency, so earlier they were doing weekly, so it went to weekly to multiple times per day delivery. And then MTTR 2 hours to 20 minutes. Now follow-up question 4 is biggest technical challenge. If I will say that handling database scalability while migrating services without affecting existing customers. So they were already having one database, okay, one application was using that database, so they were having the customers for that database, and so their challenge was to keep this running, okay, smoothly, and with that they have to migrate data from one database to another database. Okay, so that is the thing, handling database scalability while migrating service without affecting existing customers. Now E6 will say that coordinating architecture changes across multiple teams while ensuring backward compatibility, zero downtime, and gradual migration. Okay, so zero downtime means when you are deploying the application, the server application should not be down. So first you deploy on one server, okay, the application will serve from another server, and when it is deployment is done, you just pass that all traffic to this server, so user will not experience any downtime. Okay, he won't know that any deployment is happening in the background, so that is zero downtime. Then gradual migration, one by one. Okay, and then ensuring backward compatibility, so whatever feature you are assigning, it should work in the earlier release as well. Okay, follow-up question 5 is biggest mistake. Okay, so if I will say initially underestimate the effort required for the data migration, which delayed one milestone, I improved the planning, added migration validation, and completed the rollout successfully. E6 will say, I introduced too many architectural changes simultaneously. After receiving feedback, I phased the rollout into smaller milestone with feature flag and canary deployment, reducing operational risk. Follow-up question 6 is what trade-offs did you make? So trade-offs means you have two options, you have to choose one, okay, and you have to leave another. So what if I will say trade-off he has made, so see, prioritize reliability over delivery. Either you prioritize reliability, okay, your system is reliable, or you prioritize the delivery. Means you deliver the feature, but reliability, you're not sure about that, okay. So every planned feature in the first release, okay, so first release was going, so they have prioritized reliability. And E6 will say that balanced short-term delivery with long-term maintainability. So now example is delayed non-critical features. Okay, non-critical feature can go later, which are not critical, but just you have to concentrate on reliability first. Okay, accepted temporary technical debt. Okay, long term you will manage it. Then focus first on platform stability. Okay, focus first on platform stability. Okay, follow up question 7 is how did you influence other teams? If I will say conduct design discussion, share document, and incorporated feedback from dependent teams. Okay, so E6 will say that build alignment through architectural review meetings. Okay, then technical RFCs, design document, proof of concept, and engineering workshops. So I focused on data and technical benefits rather than authority. Follow up question 8 is tell me about the time you shipped something quickly. So if I will say a critical customer issue required to production fix in within 48 hours, okay, I reduced the scope of essential functionality, collaborated closely with QA, completed focused testing, and deployed the fix on schedule. E6 will say that during a high priority customer escalation, I coordinated multiple teams, prioritized the highest value changes, used feature flag for controlled rollout, okay, and delivered a stable solution within a week while minimizing production risk. So here he has said used a feature flag for controlling the rollout. So you will have one feature flag, the whatever changes you are doing, the new changes you are rolling out, right? If it is not working fine, you just switch off that flag. Okay, so customer will not able to see that functionalities, and you don't need to do rollout also. You can do rollout and can deploy new changes later, but it will not hamper the customers work. Okay, now follow up question 9 is tell me about a time when you had to remove feature. So to meet, so if I will say to meet an important release deadline, we removed low priority reporting features and focused on the core workflow. Okay, the removed feature were delivered in the following release. Okay, later they delivered it. Then E6 will say we evaluated every feature based on business value. Low impact features that increased complexity, delayed delivery was were postponed to ensure platform stability and timely releases. Okay, now follow up question 10 is related to if you had another 6 month, what would you improve? Okay, so if I will say that I would improve the observability, okay, increase automated testing, optimize database performance, and strengthen the security. E6 will say I would focus on AI assistant monitoring. Here he has told about the observability, but here he is talking about AI assisted monitoring. Then predictive auto scaling, okay, cost optimization, self-healing infrastructure, platform standardization, and better developer experience through internal tooling. So that's it. Thank you.